I'm Andrew Slorance. I'm the CEO and founder of Phoenix Instinct. I've used a wheelchair since I was 14 when I had a spinal injury. I fell from a tree, broke my back, complete T4-5 injury. That was a obviously life-changing day. But oddly enough, it wasn't the worst day of my life. You'd think the day that you hear that you're paralysed, never going to walk again, is going to be the worst day ever. But actually the worst day ever was the first day I went out in public in a wheelchair. That was pretty horrendous. I felt completely robbed of my identity. I was just a 14-year-old trying to build my life again. And I was identifiable by a wheelchair, not by me. I found that really hard to cope with in the early days. Spinal injuries rehab had been all about independence and building back independence and putting your life back together. But I wasn't prepared for how hard it was going to be when I actually left the environment of the spinal rehab unit. And the wheelchair had a lot to do with it. It was really horrible. I mean, we're going back to 1983. It was pretty prehistoric. And I swore then that one day I would redesign the wheelchair to make it a cool piece of technology, something people would look at and go, wow, look at that, that's amazing. And I eventually did that. I designed the carbon black wheelchair, which I was very proud of. I left carbon black in 2015 to create Phoenix Instinct because I wanted to develop new products. The wheelchair luggage was something I'd wanted to do for quite a long time. I knew it would make a difference because I knew that the challenge of traveling solo it's really real. It's very difficult to take on the task of how are you going to move your stuff. And it's empowering to get that independence, to go to the luggage belt, pick your bag off it, and be on your way. You clip it onto the chair and you're gone, just like all the other passengers. And other passengers will look at it and go, wow, look at that. That's cool. And we get photos sent to us from customers all over the world with them at the airport or at their destination with their Phoenix bag because they're enjoying that newfound independence. And for me, there's not a greater feeling than seeing you making a difference. And you know, we're not done yet. Phoenix is now designing the first ever ultralight smart wheelchair, a chair that will configure itself automatically to what the user is doing to make pushing easier and the chair more stable. And we'll find out whether or not we're going to get the funding from the Total Mobility Foundation at the Paralympics next year. We have to build a pre-production model between now and Tokyo 2020, and then it will go in a finalist showdown between us and 4 other teams, and one of us will win $1 million to bring their innovation to market. So, you know, it might be us.